Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Hustle Cat. So the last time we did kind of the intro-y part where we got a job, so now we're wandering around town, lost in the ghetto. It looks like this is a scary-ass alley, I don't know, but I got lost and I didn't end up painting anything, but it was a nice walk. As I head home, I get this distinct feeling of being followed. I didn't really know that was a thing that actually happens, but it's hard not to notice when you see some movement out of the corner of your eye. I turn around. That's Graves. A sleek black cat stands in the middle of the road. It sits down when we make eye contact and thumps its tail testily against the pavement. Because it's got two different color eyes, you know it's him. It's got different colored eyes. I guess heterochromia really is pretty common in cats, huh? Should I, try to bring it to the cafe? They take care of strays there after all. I should try. I crouch down as slowly as I can and I reach my hand toward the cat, beckoning to it. It doesn't move. I make those little smoochy noises that seem to work on some cats. This one doesn't seem terribly impressed. It pins its ears back and looks away, still for a moment, before standing up and slinking into an alley. I guess I should just leave this to the professionals. It's time to celebrate. I'm gonna wreck this pizza I grabbed from Pizza Lloyd's on the way home. I picked up a can of wet cat food for Mochi from the corner store, too. I figure we both deserve a celebration. Mochi, get your fat lump out here! I have good news! No answer or indication he's even in the same room. You know, he never even asks how my day was. I know how to do this. I walk over to his food bowl and crack the lid of the wet food. In a flash, he's at my feet, tail shaking like a rotor behind him. Come here, you big moron. I give him a little scratch behind the ears before I dump half the can into his bowl, and the feeding frenzy begins. He acts like I never feed him. Whatever, I'm about to go do the same to this pizza. After a quick jaunt to free myself from the shackles of non-pajama clothing, lounge pants. You have outdoor clothes. That could be work clothes, play clothes, party clothes, whatever clothes, and then you have your fucking lounge pants, and then you have your pajamas. Don't just lounge around in your pajamas. So weird. Very distinct lines in my clothing what goes where. It's weird. I flop back down on the couch, dinner in hand, laptop in my face. Oh! It looks like there's a new Jelly Donut video! It's a video of her sleeping in a donut box! I love that dumb internet cat. She's always doing something ridiculous. I wonder how her owner gets her to do those tricks. That flooring seems familiar. Where are these filmed? Oh my god, Jelly Donut Cat is probably one of the chicks in the thing. And that's why the floor looks familiar. I spend the rest of the evening picking through the video archives. I can feel myself sinking into the bread dough couch cushions. I'm gonna bet you anything. Meow. 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 It's so early. What's his problem? Meow. I bet he just wants the other half of that wet food. That's why I don't get it for him that often. I excavate myself from the couch and do what I can to mitigate the bedhead situation I have going on. What time is it anyway? I grab my phone to check. 7:40? Aw, hell. I'm gonna be late for my first day of work. I take the world's fastest shower, but there's no time to dry my hair. I'll have to hope I run fast enough that the wind resistance will do the job for me. Who the fuck doesn't set an alarm? Sports bag. No time to sort through my duffel. I'm just gonna have to throw on whatever looks cleanest. It's not like Graves said anything about a dress code, so whatever. Mochi trails me closely, howling more and more insistently along the way. It's like he doesn't care about my punctuality at all. No time to mix the wet food the way he likes it. I dump a scoop of kibble in the bowl on my way out the door. I haven't seen a cat so offended since the one that watched me mess up coffee. They can both deal with it. I can't believe I'm almost late to my first day of work. And my first job, even. What a great first impression to leave. Thanks for hiring me, Avery the Flake. I start out in a full sprint to the cafe, but it's only about a 10-minute walk, so it looks like it might not be as bad as I thought. If I run, I can make it in less time. Here it is, a cat's paw. I got a good look at it when I was here yesterday, but it feels totally different when it's your workplace, you know? It's kind of nice to think about. Hey, Avery! Landry peeks his head out from the doorframe and waves me in. I'm surprised how many people are standing around. Graves, Landry, and Hayes are there, but also a few others I've never seen. I feel like she's the jelly donut cat just because she seems like perky and cute. I've only seen a few cats right now, but they seem utterly disinterested in everything we're doing. They're all piled in a sleep cluster by the window. I feel a little embarrassed that I'm so disheveled, but I'd rather be on time with wet hair than late and looking perfect. Good, you've decided to challenge the morning sun after all. Now that the star is here, we can start the show. She's still as weird as yesterday, I see. Got another sucker, boss? That's esteemed coworker to you, Reese. You just keep collecting these strays. Before we get too far, everybody should introduce themselves to Avery. Avery, we've already met, and you already know Graves. Did you meet Hayes yesterday? Briefly, hello, Hayes. Hello. He looks like he's gonna try to slip between the cracks in the tile. He's so cute, I just want to poke his stupid little Siamese cat face. How does a guy like this handle a job that deals with people? Because we're a hot chick, and he's totally in love with us. Love at first sight, like all of them are. Hello? That's how these games work. It's like she doesn't fucking know. She doesn't fucking know what universe she's in. Hayes is a great barista. He's a great help in the kitchen, but he likes to spend a lot of his time with the cats, too. Hayes flashes me a quick look. The side of his mouth upturns ever so slightly, like he's trying to smile, but he's out of practice. I reach out to shake his hand. He's practically bracing for impact. Before I reach him, a bright light flashes at the corner of my vision. Is that a camera? Oh, sorry, sweetie. I thought I turned the flash off. I whip my head to the other side of the lineup. The girl on the end is aiming her phone directly at me. Sorry, don't mind me. I just want to commemorate our new employee. I'm Finley, and I take care of social media. I like candid, so we'll try again later when you've forgotten about it. Finley is also... Graves, I know what you're going to say. Don't ruin the surprise. Graves lets out a soft bark of a laugh. All right. You tell Avery whenever you're ready. Thank you. She's Jelly Donut. The two in the middle of the lineup look beyond unimpressed. One is the smart mouth guy, Reese, and the other looks like someone I wouldn't want to mess with. Finley puts her hand on the shoulder of the tough-looking woman standing next to her. Since she's not going to introduce herself, this is Mason. She's our head chef. Our only chef, I guess. Well, nice to meet you both. Yeah. Finley reaches up and places her hand against the back of Mason's head. She pushes her hand forward, forcing Mason to nod. I'm amazed Mason is putting up with this. Wow, that's the most you've spoken all day. She likes you already, Avery. Mason makes a quick little noise that could either be a laugh or a grunt. Maybe it was both. How kind of you all to save the best for last. I'm Reese, and I'm the one you'll be answering to after Graves, so you better stay on my good side. I would have sworn Landry was second in command here, so I don't know what this kid's talking about. I didn't even see him at all during the interview yesterday. I'm on cat detail today, but don't think that means I won't be keeping an eye on you. Cat detail must mean taking care of the cats. Obviously. I'm learning quickly. I don't know why the second in command would be so eager about telling me he's going to clean litter boxes today. Maybe it's a weird status thing here. Ew. I'll be on my best behavior then, I guess. Good. Okay, that should be everybody then. Avery, you'll be training with me today. I hope that's okay. That's fine with me. It looks like I'm no longer needed. I have other work to do. You know where to find me. Graves slinks to the back of the cafe. I think I can hear footsteps on creaky stairs. Mason and Hayes disappear after him. Avery, did you have breakfast? We're going to have something to eat before work if you'd like to join us. I like these two. They're my favorites so far. It's tradition. I also like Hayes. So Finley, Hayes, and Landry are my favorites in this. So we're going to do the path of all of them because I want to do all of them, but I'm going to do these three probably first. Well, that sounds great. I fed my cat, but I forgot to feed myself. Reese has already seated himself at the long booth seating along the wall. He scoots two of the tables together, and Landry pulls over another chair. Great, just sit and relax. Mason's just finishing up breakfast. I move to take a seat, but Finley blocks my path. Avery, before you sit down, I have a question for you. Sure, what's up? Okay, Is that... Her voice drops almost conspiratorially. She leans in to whisper. That's an Ikea shirt, isn't it? He's my favorite, too. A what? Ikea? From Blast Zone? From what? Look, you don't have to play dumb. I get it. No, really, I have no idea what that is. Is that like a show? Is this shirts from something? Oh, no. Never mind, don't worry about it. But now you've got my interest. What is Blast Zone? I don't know if it would be your type of game after all. Oh, it's a game? I like games. Try me. Well, it's a story about men's passions clashing in a life or death struggle. Sounds dangerous. Oh, it is. But it's also romantic. Romantic? Like love blooming on the battlefield? That type of thing? Yeah, I think you do get it. Maybe I'll lend it to you sometime. If you prove yourself worthy. I'm not really sure what that involves, but sure. Okay. She gives me a grin and a wink, then takes a seat at the table next to Reese. I like her, she's fun. I noticed that somebody set the table while I was talking to Finley. Mason and Hayes should be on in a minute, Avery. Come, sit down. Sure. Where should I sit, though? What if there's some unspoken rules about this sort of thing in placing? You never know with new groups. Landry answers the conundrum for me by beckoning to the seat between him and Finley. Cool. Quietly, I take the seat. Mason emerges from the back with a large tray balanced atop each hand. One tray is a giant stack of French toast, the other's some kind of egg thing. I'm not sure, but it looks amazing. Whoa. I had no idea how hungry I was until just now. It's making me hungry. She sets the trays down in front of us and then returns to the kitchen. I hope she gets back soon, because I'm about to be on that egg thing like mochi on wet food. Mason returns a few moments later, cradling 6 empty coffee cups in her arms. Hayes follows in tow, carefully balancing a carafe full of coffee. They set the cups and the carafe on the table and take their seats. Hayes' butt barely hits the chair before the others start to dig in. I'm a little afraid that I'll lose my hand in the fray if I try to jump in now, but I'm so hungry. She's super freaking pretty in this picture. Landry reaches out an arm from behind a fortress of French toast slices. He lightly bats at Reese's hand as it reaches for the syrup pitcher. Save some for Avery. Geez, calm down. You're the one stealing all the food. I haven't taken any more than usual. Breakfast is important. While everybody shouts and chatters across the table, I help myself to a bit of everything. I'm not used to eating a real breakfast, especially one that didn't come out of a microwave, so I'm gonna savor this. Wow, this is amazing. Mason, what is this egg thing? Mason's eyebrow shoots up. She looks at me like I grew another nose. Frittata. Is that like a souffle? It looks like it'd be really hard to make. Just eggs and vegetables in a pan. Still, I know I wouldn't be able to make anything like that. It's really nice to have a real breakfast. What do you usually eat, Avery? Mostly cold pizza or toaster tarts, I guess, if I remember to get them. Mason glares like I just knocked her plate on the floor. She stares directly at me, through me, with a hard look in her eye. You eat here now. Always. Can I still have pizza sometimes? Not for breakfast. Ever. I can hear Finley and Reese snickering. Okay, but other times are still okay, right? Mason rolls her eyes and goes back to her coffee. Reese stares up at me between bites of French toast. Avery, when we're done, we need to talk about dress code. Oh, Reese, don't start this again. Shh, it's an important part of the new employee orientation. Landry passes a positively pained look at Reese. He glances at me, but a poke to the ribs from Finley sends him staring back at his plate. And Landry, you're such a mama bird sometimes. Lighten up. Avery, look at this place. We take our visual presentation very seriously here. Mason gives another grunt. Hayes places his empty plate and cup on Mason's plate and takes the stack into the back with the urgency of a tactical retreat. Graves and I expect a certain level of decor with the waitstaff. Look at how he's dressed! Your ass is probably hanging out of those pants, Home Slice. Is this about my outfit? I woke up a little late, so... No, this is about uniforms. Mason pushes her chair away from the table with enough force that it wobbles briefly on two legs. She stands and takes my plate in one fell swoop. Opening soon, time to get ready. She picks up the now empty cast iron skillet with one hand and balances a few of the other plates on top. That looks heavy, but she's holding it all like it's nothing. Come on. She stares me down and gestures to the back door with a head nod before she heads into the kitchen. Don't think you can run off so easily, Avery. You'll get written up if you don't have your uniform. Help Mason in the kitchen. Ask Reese about the uniforms. We'll just ask him about the uniforms. He seems pretty serious about this. Maybe I should blow him off because he looks so... Maybe I shouldn't blow him off because he looks so young. Maybe he's secretly as old as Graves or something. Uniforms? But nobody else is wearing any uniforms. They just haven't changed yet, or they don't need them. Only the waitstaff wear uniforms, and you'll be waiting tables with Landry today. Yeah, but Landry doesn't have a uniform. Reese glances over his shoulder toward Landry, who's made himself busy straightening up the tables in the dining area. He doesn't appear to have heard either of us, or he's just ignoring us. That's because we don't have a uniform in his size. Yet, at least. Someday he won't have an excuse anymore. Come on, Avery. I bet you look cute in a uniform. Are you flirting with me? It's okay, because you're really fucking adorable. I can't help feeling a bit itchy about this. Reese rummages around in a drawer by the back door and pulls out some kind of black, orange, and white lace thing. This can't be it, right? This looks like it should be your size. Now come on. He dumps the pile of lace and fabric in my hands and then pushes me toward what I assume is the bathroom. I pause in front of the door and give Reese a baleful look. Aw, come on, at least try it. I see what he's up to. Okay, now I know he's messing with me. Nobody outside of 19th century England has worn something like this, and I'm pretty sure they hadn't yet invented an orange that ugly. What is this, some kind of hazing thing? I'll pass. Oh, come on! It's a cat's paw tradition! I've always considered myself a mold breaker. Let it go on the record that Avery hates fun. He's like a kid who just had his toy taken away. What a brat! Even Finley looks disappointed. I gently drape the uniform over his shoulder, but he moves his head before I have the chance to wrap the big orange ribbon around his head. That is such an ugly outfit. Has anybody actually worn it when you foisted it on them? Foisted nothing! I want to wear it every day! They won't let me. You should have seen Landry in it. He practically busted the seams. I glance behind me to see what Landry is doing. I have no idea how he would have gotten this uniform on in the first place. He must have heard his name because he hurries up to the second floor. Reese was too scared to ask Mason to do it. I was not. You were! You mentioned a dress code and she stared icicles into you and you stopped. It just wasn't relevant. How about you, Reese? Of course not. Really? This looks like it's about your size. No. No, Graves had it made. I had nothing to do with this. You started before any of us, so we wouldn't know. No. I bet you look like a little prince. I'm leaving to get ready for cat detail. Okay, Your Highness. Leaving. He's kind of a dick, but he's kind of fun anyway. Reese storms off. He disappears around the corner that leads to the kitchen. Finley gives me a light punch on the shoulder and a sly grin. I bet if you talk to Graves, he might have a picture of Reese in that uniform. Nah, I'm good. Aw, spoil sport. Well, I better get to work too. Good luck on your first day. I'll be by to document your progress for the blog later. Finley gives me a little wave, then follows Reese to the back. I'm still curious about her other secret that she was going to tell us, that she's Jelly Donut. I guess I should find where Landry ran off to. He's trading me today, after all. I think he went upstairs. I head over to the foot of the staircase, but a cat has taken station right in my path. It's sleeping belly up, stretched out nearly the whole width of the step. Buddy, that's really cute, but that's a dangerous place to sleep. It doesn't dignify me with response. Instead, the fat orange cat shimmies in place to settle itself even more. Gently, I nudge it to see if I can get the cat to move. Someone's gonna trip on you if you don't move. That's not gonna be fun for either of you. It opens one eye into a thin slit, that makes a murmuring noise and flicks its tail. This little tiger isn't going anywhere, is it? Step over the cat. Are all the cats here this spoiled? Guess I'll have to pick it up and move it myself. I lean over to scoop it up, but as I do, a tiny orange and white bobtail cat whizzes past my feet. It stomps on the step below the sleeping cat, then raises one paw and bats the other cat squarely on the forehead. The sleeping cat wakes up and hops to its feet. It looks angry. I bet that's, is he the orange cat? Is Reese the orange cat? I thought Mason was the orange cat. I don't remember in the little thing, but it's one of the people. Am I gonna have to break up a cat fight? Hey, you two! The bobtail flans his ears and stares intently at the orange cat. They both perk up when they hear a voice from above. Is Hash Brown sleeping on the stairs again? The orange cat, Hash Brown's, I guess, trots away. I'm assuming it's that fat cat right there. Landry works his way down the stairs, eyes on the bobtail kitten. Was it really necessary to smack him? You should be nice. The bobtail turns its head away in a wide arc, almost as if it's giving an okay whatever in response. It lazily struts over to the windowsill and takes up sentry. That cat's name is Hash Browns? Yeah. Graves names all the cats here. He comes up with some interesting ones. What are some of their names? Well, at the moment, there's Ramona, Shinsuke, Kotik, Owl, Bramblepelt, Neo, Hisa, Valentine, Marina, Ein, Junta, Jam Band, and so on. Holy crap! I don't know, Hash Browns is easier to pronounce. Which one was that bobtail? Oh. His face falls. Why does he look so nervous? Why don't you ask Reese later? That's Reese. Okay. Huh? Is that his cat? Did he name it or something? Is it a bad name? No, Graves should have told you about him. Let's get to work. It's time to open. Landry isn't having any more of this. He walks past me to the front door without a glance. He unlocks it and flips the sign from closed to open. And ta-da! Your first day at a cat's paw has begun. And nobody's here. This is a little anticlimactic. Yeah. The mornings are usually pretty slow. It might pick up later. It didn't. At all. All day. Sure, a few people came in, and Landry had me wait their tables while he supervised. It went pretty well, and I made a couple bucks in tips, but that was it. Finley came down a couple of times to check in, and I saw Mason and Hayes every time I went to the kitchen. But I didn't see Reese at all, because he's on cat duty. He gets to be a cat. Reese's bobtail cat, on the other hand, was all over the place. I think I see why he'd take a shine to this one. They're both complete hands. Not that I mind that it was slow, it just meant I got to play with the cats more. There are like 10 of them here? Maybe? I can't get a solid count on them. They seem to vanish sometimes. Looks like there are a lot of areas around here for them to hide. Thank you for your help today, Avery! Landry, Finley, and I just finished wiping down the tables. Mason was gone before the cafe closed. I don't know where Hayes went. So, how'd you like it? Is it always this quiet? I mean, not that I'm complaining. Not always. Tomorrow should be busier for sure. I've got plans. Oh, we should get here early then, huh? Don't say that like you aren't always early. Oh, I have to come in earlier? Don't worry too much about it, Avery. Oh, that's him. I was reading her. Don't worry too much about it, Avery. Just show up at your regular time. Okay, thanks. I can't imagine what busy means here. What, like 6 people in here at the same time? Yeah. I've got a little more work I want to do on the blog, so you all go ahead. I'll close up if Graves doesn't get here to do it. Okay, thank you. Avery, you can head out. Thanks. Are you leaving now? I could walk with you. I'll be out in a bit. You go on ahead. Oh, because they all live here. Oh, all right. See y'all tomorrow. Night. Because they live there because they're cats. The door closes behind me with a jingle. I have a job. My coworkers are pretty cute. I get to play with cats. And if this works out, I should be able to afford a place of my own soon. Wait until my parents hear about this. I'm feeling pretty good right now. I can't help giving a little celebratory fist bump. All right. I think I just heard someone snort a laugh behind me. I thought I said that pretty quietly. I turn around to see who it is, but there's nobody there but a cat. Siamese and two cats, actually. Cats from the cafe. Reese's cat and the Siamese cat, to be precise. Oh, okay, because he's not orange. I was thinking like she's an orange. Mason is an all orange cat, and he's like this little. Crap! How did they get outside? Did I let them out when I left? This is real bad. I'm pretty sure if one of the first rules of working at a cat cafe is do not lose the cats. They're not looking at me anymore. Now's my chance. I start creeping toward both cats. If I move too suddenly, I might spook them. I only make a few steps before I see the bobtail's ears swivel back to face me. Without turning the rest of his head, it takes a springing leap and heads down one fork in the road. Siamese cat continues down the same path, as casual as anything. I can't get both of them, but I need to get at least one of them. I better decide who to go after. We're going to go after the Siamese cat, because he's going to be easier to get. The bobtail's onto me, clearly, but the Siamese cat hasn't picked up on it yet. Best chance right now is probably following the Siamese. It's going kind of far down the path. I better pick up my pace to catch up. I try to mimic those long strides Landry always takes to cover more ground, but that doesn't work out so well. Jogging's gonna be easier. Or not. My feet are falling harder on the ground and the cat notices. It's going faster now, so I better pick up the pace. I break out into a full run to follow him. He definitely knows I'm there now, but it doesn't matter. I have bigger legs, so I'm gonna catch up sooner or later. I'm a pretty good runner. I finally close the gap between us. Suddenly, the cat screeches to a halt and jerks around to face me. Avery, stop it! Eh? Why are you chasing me? Because you got out. Wait, what am I saying? What are you saying? How are you saying? It's me. Me? Hayes. Last I checked, Hayes was a guy with glasses. You didn't seem like the pranking type, Hayes. The Hayes cat is puffing up like a dusting brush. I feel bad this cat's getting caught up in whatever shenanigans they're trying to put me through right now. This seems like it should be against work procedure. He's telling the truth, Avery. The voice comes from behind me. I whirl around to see Landry, but he's not there. Oh, that was Landry. I thought it was Mason's cat. Whoops. Down here. I readjust my gaze downward. Oh, come on. No, this isn't a joke, Avery. Landry cat takes a few steps past me and sits down in front of Hayes cat. Even as a Maine Coon, his gait is long. No. Come on. No, no, no. Graves didn't tell you. Tell me what? That you're all secret cats? That doesn't make any sense. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I'm sorry, Avery. I thought he told you. Is that why you were acting weird? You were keeping something this bonkers a secret? It's not easy to talk about. Whenever we leave the cafe grounds, we turn into cats. I'm surprised to hear Hayes pipe up, of all people. Or all cats. Cat people? It began around the time we started to work here. Graves calls it a curse. A curse? A curse? This is too much. Though, I don't know if everyone thinks of it that way. But wait. Everyone? Is everybody at the cafe a secret cat? Yes. Graves too. Nobody has seen him as a cat. But it seems safe to assume. Am I going to turn into a cat too? Landry isn't even looking at me anymore. He's avoiding eye contact as hard as he can. Hayes does the same. Neither answers. I'm going to turn into a cat? Oh, come on! Sorry, Avery. Maybe you can stop it. We don't know what causes the curse. Maybe if you talk to the others tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Why not? Let's have a whole cat council. We can invite Hash Browns, too. Is he also a person? I can see the fur between Hayes' shoulders rising on end in a little ridge. Seeing that takes the wind out of my sails a little bit. Yeah, all right. I'm too tired for this. This better be a weird dream or something. A weird work-induced hallucination. Sorry, Avery. Not listening to talking cats anymore. Bye. That's awesome. This is perfect. These actually were really good, like, so this, I'm gonna wrap this part up here. So this is pretty fucking cute. I like this. So, yeah, I will, hope you're enjoying it. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.